You're on pictures. I got you. Guns on you both.
You know, like you go each day.
Oh yeah, to wildcraft and stuff. Or from the center location, you can have like 12 different trails.
Have you seen? Picture?
Yeah, I do have to
So much better with the kids in water.
Hey,
Did you take it yet?
you a Martian?
What?
You a Martian?
No,
Who are you?
I'm Sage.
Hi, Sage.
Hi.
How come you got a green face like that?
Because I was just in a play that was about, and it was called Secret World of Og.
Ooh, good play.
And I'm an Og.
Your lumberjack.
A lumberjack.
Was it fun doing it? You're an actor?
What?
You're an actor now?
But I'm done the play now. 3 days.
Yep.
It was only 3 days.
Well, here you are on the beach. How do you like it here?
Good.
Good. Interesting bunch of people you're with.
What?
These are interesting people. Got lots of kids to play with?
Sage.
Can you get them back?
Yes.
Okay, see ya.
But I'm only gonna get Sage, but I mean, in the back. Coming back already.
Lord, there is a song upon my heart. Lord, there is a song upon my lips. Lord, there is a song upon my heart. Singing
It doesn't even need to be attached.
What's going on today, Kramer?
Not too much, man. It's the Kerry or we got a $20 donation, eh?
No way.
I mentioned that I was hungry.
Yeah?
And somebody's like, well, it was Francois. I don't know whether you know him, right? Probably do. But he gave us $20, and I went and I took it, and I bought food with it.
Wow, what'd you buy?
Corn. I bought carrots. I bought celery. I bought salsa. I bought curry. I bought oil. I bought. What else we get? We got avocados. Good stuff.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Thank you
Well,
for...
avocados.
Holy oats, Batman.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
the bowl.
from Urim and sister. Came by with some food and oil.
Yeah, oh,
And the
we got
kitchen's looking
mad
great, Naomi.
donations. Oh, it
What
is.
is this for?
For a fire grate.
Oh, there's
Can
barley.
you get me out of jail?
Okay.
Are you making a soup?
We can put barley into our stew.
That is a very good idea.
Well, we will do that. We'll
Barley
put
and
grains
rice,
into our shit.
man.
So what's for supper tonight?
It's curried vegetables, among other things. And barley, and why not put some pasta, right? Let's make a...
Barley. They don't sell that at McDonald's, do they? Barley?
Oh, and they do. It's in the burgers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Barley burgers.
I love to be in front of a camera, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I
So
really do.
this is our Freedom Camp cooking show, and
It is.
And this
It's
evening
cooking with Kramer.
And as you see, Kramer is all dressed up for the occasion. And
This is a food-safe kitchen, people.
how long have you been here in Freedom Camp, sir?
I don't know. I lost track of time. It's been that good.
Really? Is that good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you were picking berries yesterday. What kind of berries did you pick?
I picked Indian plums and many kinds of cherries. We made syrup and mixed it with granola.
But harvest time is already here in Salt Spring?
Oh, it
Middle
is.
of June?
In Salt Spring, you can harvest anytime.
Whoa. So a message to all the adults out there about what's happening here today.
Over what's happening here today?
Yeah, like what's going on here? Like, are you allowed to be here? How come everyone else has to pay rent to be where they're at? And we
Yeah,
just
that's
park
the-
ourselves
the-
on the beach.
That's something to put on video. People are not really that much concerned about too much, except that we're allowed to camp here for free. Why are you guys allowed to camp here for free? Goddamn job and rent, this and that. And this is mostly the biggest beef that I've heard most people say to us, you know? So that's funny.
So how do you feel about living here for free?
Well, it's good. There's no other place for free that I can live in Canada. Like, to be down on your ass, it costs money to sleep in Canada.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah.
You have to pay to sleep?
You have to pay to sleep no matter where you are. Otherwise, you're breaking a bylaw of some
Well,
sort.
there's many countries in the world that you're allowed to just sleep in. where you
Yeah,
want.
and then why in a country that takes care of its people so well, and they're gonna patch me up if I end up going to the hospital from overexposure in a country that's this cold anyways, then they'll send me to the hospital. That's how rich we are. But as far as an ounce of prevention, you know, equaling that pound of cure from the hospital, they'll spend thousands of dollars fixing me up. And there's been many winters that I've lived on the street that they sent me over and over again to the clinic and whatnot. They probably spent more giving me 3 prescriptions of drugs and paying the doctor that served me than they would have just giving me a shitty place to live. And I wouldn't have got that sick. Damn sick.
So far no one's gotten sick, really? From the kitchen food or anything? Not yet?
No, I haven't heard of anybody being sick here at all. Very healthy people here, well-fed people,
Yeah.
happy people. And if not happy, man, they'll tell you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, totally. Cheers.
Where are you going with the party, bud? Where are you going with the party?
So who are you? And
Where am I?
who are you? Yeah, where are you first of all?
I'm here at Freedom Camp. My name is Maddie, and yeah, I'm just living here freely. It's good. So I wrote this last year for a peace rally in Toronto when our country was bombing Iraq. And helping out the Americans. And this is just like my outrage, and this is what I wrote. And I read this to a few thousand people downtown Toronto. Okay, last May. So it's called Start Today. In the news today, unprecedented, non-elected presidents will forever persist to take your freedoms away. True liberty such as speech, privacy, equality, and yes, you will be guilty of thought crimes too. It's just around the corner as freedom flies away. Your birthrights as human beings have gone astray, feeding off of one generation to the next, sucking it dry. The earth, la tierra, le monde, tu madre. The abused soul of the mother aches with pure soul pollution as they fuck your mother slowly, painfully, and carelessly. As she gives birth to manipulated, alien, mutant seeds of signs, do you stand there blankly staring as she bleeds? Acknowledge the cycles, the sharing of the one. We are one. Forget the borders, forget the flags and limits of dead, ignorant generations. Remember when the world was flat? Get hip to the fact that there is a dry, pulsating thirst, aching to cracked, toxic desert terrain which no amount of designer Gatorade can ever remedy. It is only to be quenched by an international revolution. Start wherever you are, whoever you are. You work for McDonald's, Walmart, the government, Kellogg's? Great. Start in little ways, start in big ways. Start doing it everywhere and do it right from the inside out, like the cancers on this earth that we have become. And start today. Fuck television, fuck censorship, fuck your bank card, fuck your health card, fuck vaccinations, fuck politicians, fuck CNN, fuck your SIN number card, your SIN, your SIN, social fucking insurance, because I shouldn't be a 9-digit number, and that itself is a fucking sin, alright? Being a part of their system is a shameful sin. I no longer want to feel responsible for their actions. I feel the greed of the fabricated green, and it sickens me. The only thing it creates is subtractions of pure life energy. What exactly is this empty concept they call democracy? Oh, hooray, oh joy, oh democracy. We are so fortunate to live in a democratic country. So fortunate to be easily fooled, so fortunate to be constantly and blindly walking in a bubble of consumerism. Oh democracy. Excuse me, but they never asked for my permission as a supposed member of their democracy on anything. Were you asked? No, our generations never asked for this. We are the world tribes coming together, constantly communicating. We all agree on one level or another that they are raping our mother. We all agree this is our time and it is time for action. Don't let those motherfuckers screw your mom any longer. Fuck them up. Screw up their greedy, voracious systems. Drop out. Systems can't exist without you. They feed on your energies. Stop ignoring what's going on around you and open your eyes. And because you love and because you do care, go ahead and get angry. Starting now.
Powerful stuff. That's powerful stuff. So what did you write that for?
The peace rally in Toronto, when there was a huge demonstration. Everybody was super upset, and that was just I was one of the readers there.
So what's happened since then? What's going on now in your life?
Well, a whole lot of stuff actually. After that, I decided to hop freight trains, and then that fell through and ended up here on the West Coast on Salt Spring by accident, actually. But yeah, I was just outraged and tired of being in the city and surrounded by people that just consume, and just they don't give a shit about anything but themselves. And you know, I'm starting to become more positive, but I was coming out of a negative spot and grew up in a dictatorship country in Chile, so I have all that rage in me still, and just trying to channel it into positive things.
Yeah. So what do you see positive? What can be done?
Well, talking to people, talking about their ecological footprint, you know, just like getting people to take a look at how much they're taking, because they're creating like a great imbalance, I think.
So being here, like
this is good. This is excellent. Sharing resources, you know, making the most out of everything, and not wasting anything, and giving back to the land as well.
And all of the diverse, like the different types of people that come and get together and find that we can actually coexist together. It's quite.
I want to get a shirt that says "Wake the fuck up, people."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wake the fuck up.
Wake up.
You know the way. Oops, right. You okay?
Well,
What just happened there? What just happened there, water boy?
Start the head every now and then with clear, clean Mount Twan water from the spring of Mount Bruce. Coast is saying it's 150,000 years old. Lots of oxygen.
Yeah, this is the best water.
And we're thinking about giving water away from Peace Village. Clean water.
Good thing to do. Well, the average consumption of water is 467 liters per person per day. Our ecological footprint is far less than that.
You never know. I've never done DMT, not yet.
Production was knocked over by a 185-pound beer. Staggered over from the inn, and boy, David and a young friend were sitting having a nice chat, and all of a sudden somebody was taking it apart, saying this is not safe, and tore it down. And so it's okay. We forgave him because he was on false courage. It's okay, we're going to build it better and bigger and faster and slicker. It was our boat, actually. So it looks like this is entering our second month, and it feels like we have the beach for the summer. So there's still time. Come and visit us. Salt Spring Island, Fulford Harbor, Freedom Town, I believe.
Wow, they did it.
I just have to get this one line correct here.
Yeah, but who are you?
My name is Julian Michael May, born October 9th, 1963, Calgary, Alberta.
Are you a famous movie star?
No, but I'd like to be a famous rock star.
I was just wondering about the sunglasses there.
Oh, well, yeah, it's part of the dream, you know.
Oh, you got something here? What's it? What is this?
Well, this is a postcard written by a politically orientated punk band from England called Crash, written on June 3rd, 1982. It's a message to President, what's her name? Prime Minister? Thatcher. And it goes like this. A message to Thatcher, her government, those who support her, and all those who are willing to send lambs to the slaughterhouse of war. We never asked for war, nor in the innocence of our birth were we aware of it. We never asked for war, nor in the struggle to realization did we feel that there was a need for it. We never asked for war, nor in the joyful colors of our childhood were we conscious of its darkness. The sky is empty and it's turning different shades of color. It never did before, and we never asked for war. My mind is empty and my body different shades of torture. It never was before, and we never asked for war. The buildings are empty and the countryside is wasteland. It never was before, and we never asked for war. The playgrounds are empty and the children limbless corpses. They never was before, and we never asked for war. No one is moving and no doves fly here. No one is thinking and no doves fly here. No one remembers beyond all this fear. No doves fly here. The Mob, 1982. We never asked for war, this glib, horrific indifference that leads young men barely old enough to have experienced any of the joy of life to kill and be killed is something that you have imposed upon us. You snatch these bodies from the brainwashing cradle of the classroom to be maimed, mutilated, and slaughtered in the cold grave of your cynicism. You tear these young bodies from their homes to die on foreign soil of your barren, blood-stained minds. How perverted you are, how distorted and twisted, how divorced from the simple joy of existence. You dare to threaten the one life that we have with your pained violence. In the crystal light of our lives, you are the darkest shadow. Each body that you shovel into the mass graves of history is another darling boy that you have bled, another precious life that you have defiled, another act of creation that you have dared to violate? What is birth to you but another rag that you may wring and slap and beat and discard? What is life to you but another plastic body bag into which you defecate? What is death to you but the disfigured bodies of our children upon whose angel faces you smear your rancid droppings? How grand you must feel as you chart out your battlefields. Each feature on the map describes the desolation of your mind. How powerful you must feel as the order to plunder and rape of those battlefields. Each bayonet that turns in some contracting stomach is the finger pointing of your right hand. How omnipotent you must feel as those young men stumble in the death of those battlefields. Each death is part of you that dies. How glorious war, how rich the experience of war. Those castaway boys, deranged, dismembered, crying, homeless, are the reality of your horror, the actuality of your insanity. That horror is the heritage that you create. That sanity is the tradition that you lead to those as yet unborn. The frightened corpses of the living are shadowed by your arrogance. The limbless corpses of the dead are devoured in your lust for power. The maggots that inch away at the rotting flesh are your true compatriots. You keep them fed. They are your true companions. Those bodies were my brothers that you have destroyed. That battlefield is my home that you have burnt in your fire. Your minds are filth. Your lives are corruption. You are the walking dead, the parasites who bleed this earth of ours. That dry the waters from the riverbeds, that give us blood in its place. You stand accused of premeditated, calculated, cold-blooded murder. Your crimes are well documented. Your guilt is the responsibility that one day you will have to realize. You rat bag, come guzzling, ditch licking whore. Crass, June 3rd, 1982.
That's pretty heavy stuff.
Oh,
Let's
I
see.
added my own few words in there at the end, right?
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
Well,
what's that make you? How does it make you feel?
How does that make me feel? I don't know. I was just so blown away when I read this, and
it's pretty heavy though.
It's a very heavy statement. These people are a heavy duty, politically orientated punk band, and being high on psilocybin right now, the more I think about it, the more sickening it is, and it's.
Well, it's not something you want to look at, is it? I mean, I mean, because we are all like this is happening right now. Like our world is at war.
I have nothing more to say about it. It's just.
What do you think we can do though? Like, is we got a chance?
I sure hope so.
What do you think about the camp here?
This is wonderful.
Peaceful time.
I love it.
Yeah,
Great.
I heard you play some music before.
Yeah.
You do pretty good.
Yeah.
Would you like to play it? Could you play a little song?
Yeah, I'll do something for you, sure.
Okay. We're on.
Well, this really hits home with me because about the death and all that. Because 3 years ago, I woke up with a corpse in my bed, and it was a real heavy trip to deal with.
Thanks for the food.
See you later. Have a good night.
So this guy just brought a bunch of food up. Really nice offering. Good fruit, I think. Fruit and vegetables. Good, we need that. What was that? Okay, tell me what happened again.
Okay.
All right.
Brennan, you have to get in here.
Okay, come on, Brennan.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we don't want anybody that doesn't want to be in.
He knows what happened.
Yeah.
So when we got the ride, and the lady said that the people had met at the church yesterday, two women are going to come Thursday at 9 p.m. And what they're going to do is they want to just find out information because they hear a lot of rumors about the camp. They want to know why we're just camping on the beach. And, she just felt that there was some misinformation on certain stuff, like she just felt that people were just coming from the cities to just lounge around and not really work, and that, you know, people who were coming in from the cities, you know,
Oh, heaven forbid.
should not come to this island because it's very, very expensive. So I had to remind her to her face that God is not a God of closed doors, that they should open their doors to the people. And one of the concerns that they have is because there's no bathroom and there's no running water. I think that just might be an excuse that they're using to say no. But I did tell her to her face, you know, who really owns the land? It's God. And, you know, God wouldn't put a private property sign up on the fence saying, you know, get the fuck out, you know. They have a mandate to clothe the hungry, feed the hungry, clothe the naked, and, you know, shelter the home.
Yeah, so meanwhile, while they can see the problem here is only going to get worse, they're keeping their doors closed.
That's right. Because who are they really serving? They claim the community by once a week giving out sandwiches. Is that all that they can do? But money is
There
their
it
God.
sits, right there,
That's right.
vacant. All week it sits there.
That's right.
And we could have, maybe we should just ask them for a video night there to show
That's right.
videos.
Maybe we can.
Lots of people, more people coming.
The love of money is the root of all evil. That lady, if we would have hit her with that, she would have been blown away.
Yeah, because all she gave us was 90 cents.
No, because she
out of her
gave us
wealth.
she gave us the dumbass excuses. She said that her church was torn because she was from the church, right? She said that her church was torn, and she said that her church was torn because they didn't know if they should give us the stuff because that we're the poor and needy, or if they shouldn't give us anything because they're rich and spoiled. And that's what she said to me, right? And I was like, ah! So hey, what can you do?
Maybe drink a little more holy wine.
We're, you know, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much more.
So you're here, like you're here for a reason, and it's a good reason. There's no problem with the camp. It's one individual who caused some trouble, and you came for that reason. Good reason. There to help.
Yeah, following up on a complaint. That's our job, I guess, isn't it? Keeping the peace.
So how do you handle it? How do you handle it? You know, I mean, it must be tough, right? Like you're always chasing trouble. You're trying to end trouble, right?
I think your role is obviously to mediate a settlement. Now, if you can do that with all the parties and everyone comes away with something, then it's a win-win situation. Obviously, if mediation sometimes doesn't work, then there are laws to be enforced. So it's you're much better to deal with a situation where everybody comes away with a feeling of fair treatment than strictly enforcement. But having said that, there is obviously a time and a place where enforcement takes place.
In this incident, like I know the police were called in this incident with me with the church, and so we were talking now with the church, and they're going to come down here, and we're all going to.
Who's they? The people from the church? Or?
Yeah, this church over here, and anyway, a cop came to visit me and talked to me about if you go over there and do an occupation on the church, we're going to have to arrest you. You're going to have to arrest you, enforce the law. But then we're talking with the church about the situation, and they're going to come down, visit the camp, and that's the mediation.
Absolutely. Two-way mediation. It can't be just one person or one group imposing their ideas and values on others. It has to be give and take.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether it's the police who represent, I suppose, obviously the police on this island aren't elected here, but in a democracy, the police are there to carry out the will of the mass.
And if you act on complaints. So if we
Absolutely.
don't create any complaints here, that's what we're all saying to each other. Like we try and keep it peaceful and make it better. And we're actually doing a big service and getting a message out to the people to this time to wake up, pay attention to what you're doing, and try and look after all segments of society. And so we're getting a lot of travelers in here, and they find peace here. They don't go and explore the community. They explore this. So we get all the travelers, and it's really a great spot. We had one guy come in and stay overnight just so he could get the feel of it. So one night, when you're not doing anything and you get out of uniform, come on down and spend the night. Bring your kids.
Why
and
they're this
we'll
big?
have a
I
time.
don't see them anyway. They just come to my house to eat my refrigerator empty, and then they're gone.
Well, what if you brought them down here next time they come, right? And we all have some fun. And then they see a different picture. People see a different picture.
As far as the camp here, there are residents that live on the south end that aren't, obviously, and you're well aware that there are people that have conflicting views as to whether or not this area should be used as it is now. I don't know if it's of any benefit. What do you think as far as mediating? If there were a group of people down here, the Salt Spring, what are they, the Fulford Residents Association or what have you, maybe somebody we could find some neutral ground and they could express their views, you could express yours.
I like it. That's good, because they all got kids too, you see. We all got kids. And
that's something I can arrange because I've had a number of emails regarding what is going on at the site down here.
You know what would be good? I got a good strategy. On Thursday at 9 o'clock, Thursday night at 9 o'clock, the church is coming over. Right?
Yeah.
Two members from the church, we have been told, are coming over. They didn't announce it, but they told one of the people here, and he passed this message on. So what if the association was to come down that night at that same time, and we had a nice circle, and everybody could air their views and meet one another.
I can see if I can make some phone calls, and I'll get back to you. I know where to find you anyway.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good to see you. All right. Bye.
It opened things up, and then me and Shauna spent an hour and a half trying to organize that. And we had dirty dishes on this side, washing, rinsing, clean dishes.
Yeah,
and now that's gone.
I wasn't in charge.
And then we ran out of water, so we couldn't finish our project. But
Yeah.
I think that it was a project that would have incorporated life skills here on the camp, because you walk into a kitchen and it was so chaotic. Nobody wants to even wash their own spoon or their own bowl. But I felt that it was visible suddenly, and so people could use it, you know. And now this morning it's back to 2 tubs full of filthy dishes as opposed to organization.
Well, we have a big pot, a huge pot that we're going to use for water, but the sink, the other dysfunction with the sink is that, or malfunction with the sink is that the drains didn't plug properly. So like every time you wanted to fill up a sink so that you could soak dishes or so you
We
could
had
have
a basin
soapy
on
water.
it though that we were using for water.
Yeah,
I just felt like yesterday was the first day that it opened up, and we spent time starting a project that we were going to incorporate telling everyone to have their own bowl, their own cutlery, and to clean it. And we were hoping to have warm water and things prepared while the meals were being cooked, so we
Yeah,
can tell
we're
people
still
to
going to do
it.
that.
But now it seems there's no structure organization anymore. There's 2 tubs. There's
Well,
no,
it's just we're
no
using it
dishes
for
anywhere.
more like for storage and trying to keep the dishes out of the kitchen so that we can have like so that it's clean. So that everything in the kitchen is clean, including the food. And then we can put the 2 tubs over near to where people are eating, like over where the water would be boiled over the fire, because we're gonna have the huge
But
pot.
I think maybe decisions that are going to affect every person in the camp should be discussed. Yeah.
Well,
You know,
the
because we
sink
didn't,
is still in the
Shauna
truck.
and I didn't discuss what we were doing with everybody either. And it's hard because
Yeah.
everyone's not always here. But it just, this morning I really felt frustrated because I walked in there and it was just chaos again. And
Oh, really?
as a person that's coming from a very domestic lifestyle in a house where I was trying to adjust to having my own life with dishes and cooking and having a baby, here it's been really crazy. And for the first time yesterday I felt organized and I felt encouraged and able to encourage others with life skills of cleaning their own dishes. And then this morning it's gone. And I felt like something I created that was good was destroyed. And I didn't understand why.
Well, the kitchen is, the sink is still in the truck. I mean, if it can be put somewhere where it's like out of the way of the kitchen, that would be great, because there are still going to be people who just throw their dishes into a pile.
But dishes belong
Right?
in the kitchen. I think the kitchen is the appropriate place to do cleaning. I mean, off to the side, like to have it wide open so it's not hidden. Like before it was
Well,
hidden.
but we're using cold water for the dishes, and that's kind of like a sanitary issue. We should be using hot
Well, we were boiling water yesterday though. And now there's
fire?
more water. No, there's a propane tank.
I know, but that uses a lot of propane too, right? Which is like expensive.
So what's your solution?
To use the fire. Like I was actually hoping to get the fire closer to the kitchen, but that never happened. Because even the fire is sort of being like
I might
washed
even
out.
submit, and I don't know if this is reasonable or not, but meals at night are always late, which is fun and it's good, and that's the time that they come to pass. But then suddenly it's dark and it's time to be around the fire. No one's cleaning dishes in the dark.
Yeah.
It's hard to clean the dishes in the dark, and maybe to have even an earlier time for the meal so that it's still light out for people to do their dishes. Because the night dishes are always done the next day.
Excuse me.
Which works, but yet it doesn't for the breakfast crew or for people that want coffee in the evening and stuff. So
I wanted to have the reason I personally thought the sink was kind of tight in there is because if we had 2 buckets in the open area where like a lot of people could get around in there and get their hands in there, and maybe 4 people around. Yeah. I can't believe how many.
Hops is medicine, you know what I mean? Hops.
You went with me. Shauna? Can you believe it? She's actually fitting in. Can you believe it? Did you get any of her? Did you get any of her act on camera, John? No. Of course she doesn't like to be.
So, just wrap up.
Well, I just looked out the window and I counted 20 people just out the window, and I thought, gee, there might be double that amount up and down the beach. So It's definitely appealing. It's got an appeal. There's a group of people who really like to live like this. It's a really beautiful, historic manner of life, and we're maintaining, trying to hold
So
the
this is the day
balance.
before the Driftwood article?
Day before the newspaper comes out with another story, and 2 days before we're having a meeting, and it's all pretty exciting right now. So this is David and Jonathan, One Earth Communications, talking to you from Salt Spring Island.
How did you get so drunk so bad? We all drank just as much as you did.
I love your camera, eh?
Oh yeah, I do too.
The world was not a great many things. Because it is now so dry on this island, and the entire province, you can no longer have campfires, which is a service to the planet.
So as the fires are over, we're going to see what happens
As
after the
fires
fire.
are out, everybody from both segments of society are going to have to try to handle the fact that we are not allowed to have fires.
That's not a problem. We
No,
got
it's a
candles.
blessing.
There's Jonathan
It's a
said he's from
blessing, is
Newfoundland.
what it is.
We got candles.
That every member of this community is going to come here and sit together and have to deal with the fact that there is no fire.
No distraction.
No fires after
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Yeah.
Any problems
Yeah, we got
tonight?
the word today.
No problems.
We gave everybody the word already.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just saying that as of Thursday midnight,
Yeah.
no fires.
Are you
So-
coming to the meeting?
When's the meeting?
Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock.
What are we talking about?
Everything that's going on.
What's going on? Tell me, I don't know.
Revolution.
Well,
I'm the last one to know.
you want to come shut your car off?
We want to legalize freedom, I see.
Yeah.
Who wrote that sign? That's interesting.
That's a piece of art. It's on eBay. Starting at $1 million. Yeah.
$1 million.
$1 million. It's an original art.
I want you to shut your car off and come sit by
Well, I
the
got
fire.
a ride along out tonight, so.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a long conversation. You can't jump it out. You know, I mean, but it is.
The newspaper.
But it is.
I do read the newspaper.
Driftwood. And
Driftwood?
this week's
Yep.
Driftwood, there's an article
Yes.
just after the letters to the editor. And there's also
What?
letters to the editor in there as well.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's all good.
Okay, come on back
Is
then.
everybody local Salt Spring people or people from all
Mixture.
over?
Mixture,
I'm relatively new here.
yeah. Where are you from?
Originally I grew up in the Northwest Territories, up in Yellowknife, and then
Hey, brother.
brother northerner. Are you? Where are you from?
Yellowknife.
No. Come on.
So did you ever, oh, I guess you were right. Did you ever know Bob Pilot?
I have heard that name, but I don't know him.
He's my uncle.
That's your uncle?
He was in Ukilit.
Ukilit?
Ukilit, yeah.
Yep.
Up there.
So
And
Iqaluit?
yeah, Iqaluit. And
Yeah, Ukilit on the coast here. Iqaluit's on the other coast.
That's not too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, up north.
Yeah.
And then like Fort St. John.
Okay. Yeah. So when were you in Yellowknife?
In 81 to like 84 or 5.
Jeez, I was a youngster then.
Yeah.
You must have been just born then.
No, I was like toddler.
Yeah, we moved to Yellowknife in '85. That's when we went to school up there. So. Yeah.
Wow, so just as I was leaving, you was going.
Yeah. Yeah. I started grade 7 when we moved up there.
Wow.
I'm an old man now.
You look like
I feel it. I feel it. I'm getting
You're still a young feller.
Yeah.
So we're remaking them. We're getting eternal youth.
Yeah. Well, I should get down here and visit if you got some stuff for me. Make me feel younger.
Stuff like some drugs or something. Beach house.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, it's just gorgeous here. This ocean life is all new to me.
Really?
You have to.
Wow.
If we carry our sidearm, we have to wear a vest.
So what do you think about
That's gonna suck in the heat.
Like, would you agree with that if we disarmed the police, we'd have far less violence?
I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't be a policeman if I couldn't carry my gun.
But wouldn't you feel more comfortable without a gun?
No. No, I did 7 years in the interior, main highway from Kamloops to Edmonton on Highway 5 in a town called Barrier. That's where all the forest fires were last year.
Yeah.
That's where I did 7 years, and I would not feel comfortable without my sidearm. Sometimes it's just you're going to meet certain elements of the people that have no disregard or no regard for human life, and would take a minute if you didn't have a weapon or a sidearm to protect yourself. I've never had to use it in the line of duty, thank God. So.
But if you, okay, so
No, my dad was a policeman for 35 years.
Yeah.
And never fired a bullet.
Do you have a wife?
But
Does she worry about you every night?
She says she does. I don't know if it's all true though.
But I mean, you're on Salt Spring now, so she probably doesn't worry as much.
No, but you never know, right? I mean, there's.
What about the people who are drinking alcohol and who are violent?
Yep, you get lots of that. Domestics are terrible to go to. Sometimes you go to a domestic and there's lots of potential for violence there. So.
But you okay? So you see that, and you feel that you have a right to carry a gun to defend yourself.
Yeah,
right?
Or somebody else. Yeah.
But then shouldn't I have that right too, in case I might encounter violence in my way?
Yeah, I guess that's what the United States model is, right?
Yeah.
They have the right to bear arms. And
But that's a more violent country too.
yeah.
Sometimes they just carry a big
England
stick.
is where the bobbies don't carry guns, but they don't
They
have
do now.